Guys, Tommy here from Saleslucky, as you know. Um, it's time for April 2020 book reviews. I'll share with you guys what I've been reading, all right? So first book is called The GCode by Ryan Stewman. Ryan is an incredible person, incredible soul. This guy's just so real. I love people like that who are just authentic, real, who are not afraid of sharing the mess. Um, I heard a while back that your mess is your message. I think that's more true, man. I think that's more and more true as I kind of go on, with life. It's the messy, the stuff that we don't want to talk about that people resonate most with, because we all have that stuff in our lives, right? If you guys haven't heard of Ryan Stewman yet, he's a sales guy, and does sales education, but he's just an incredible guy, man. He's in the Arte Syndicate, the high level group that's run by Andy and Ed. Uh, and Yeah, check it out. I give this a solid 8 out of 10. I read his other book as well. I think I shared that in one of the last videos. Check this guy out. You will not regret it. Okay. Next book is Underdog Advantage by Dean Graziosi, and again, one of the guys I really look up to. Yeah, Dean is real as well, just super authentic. That whole group. He created a course with Tony Robbins, which I got. It's called the Knowledge Broker Business, and both these guys are these guys are like my heroes, man. Um, Incredible souls, super authentic. Sharing again their messes, in their lives and business, and what they learned from it, and how those were the building blocks and helping them get to where they are now. Highly recommend this book. I rated a 9 out of 10. Big shouts out to Dean. Incredible person, an incredible soul. And these guys are crushers, man. These guys are crushers. That's for sure. Next book is the Nordstrom Experience, the Nordstrom Way to Customer Experience. I actually grabbed this in the office before this whole coronavirus thing at the company I'm working for. As you guys know, I'm selling to customer experience and customer support departments, and I've shared how important it is to understand your target demographic, your target market, whether you own a business or you work in a sales job. You got to understand the people that you're talking to. So this is why I initially picked up this book. I found it lying around in the office. But this is actually teaching me a lot about cultural values. Like, for example, story of a woman walking into Nordstrom with a used tire and returning that tire. And it's a true story. And the background is Nordstrom acquired a couple department stores in their local area, and this is years and years back. And the department stores had a tire section for tires. And one day, this old lady walked in the store carrying an old tire, thinking it was the same department store, before Nordstrom acquired it. And of course, Nordstrom took the tire section out. And a Nordstrom rep saw the lady and asked her, how can we help you? And the lady said, I'm looking to return this tire. And instead of saying no, the Nordstrom rep asked her how much she paid for the tire. She said somewhere around $20. And the rep went behind the counter, grabbed a $20 bill, handed it to her, took the tire. And that's how legendary stories are created. Really exhibiting cultural values, going the extra mile and serving customers. This is why companies like this are the way they are. Now, I've really been learning a lot about cultural values, just how important they are in terms of being the guiding foundations, or not only for a business, but in our own lives. And in the previous post, I shared what the cultural values are at Saleslucky. And they are doing the right thing, genuinely helping people, selling with integrity, growth and reaching our own potential, our own full potential, diversity, and authenticity. That's what we stand for here. We're forces of good here, guys. All right. Next book is The Thank You Economy by Gary Vee. Another, influencer, if you will. One of the guys I really look up to. It's not hard to tell when this guy talks, how much he cares, how much value he provides without expectation of return. Definitely a guy who's a preeminent expert in social media. ever since his first book, Crush It in 2009. Pretty much everything he said about social media has come true. Definitely a guy to pay attention to. I highly recommend this book. Anything this guy writes. Although I do gotta say, I love his video content more than his written content, probably just because of how hyper he is. But good stuff. And then lastly, Reality and Advertisement by Ross Reeves. As I'm building out this blog and this community, it's no secret that I've had to learn a little bit of, and I still am definitely learning about internet marketing, and advertising. And the reason is, unfortunately, the old adage of if you build it, they will come. That's not really true. They'll only come if one, you have a great product, and two, they know about it. So it's kind of hard to scale sales without marketing, without recognition and putting it out into the marketplace. So one thing I've been doing is studying the greats, the masters of direct response marketing, marketing in general, advertising in general. And this is pretty cool. This is definitely a Mad Men type of, the vibe that I get, is a Mad Men type of era. And although I haven't really watched that show, but you get what I mean. And it's cool because he distills his wisdom through decades of experience as an advertising man. And you know what? Even though the tactics might be different between sales and marketing, what I've realized is that the underlying psychology is still the same because you're dealing with human beings, human nature, human psychology, and so sales and marketing really go hand in hand. If you've developed some sales skills, I recommend you learn some marketing skills. These are skills that are definitely going to make you valuable in the marketplace, and who knows where our world might lead to. I heard a gentleman. I think founder of Brian Dice, I think that was who it was. I was at a conference and he was saying how, founder of Digital Marketer, I think, he was saying how, the modern day salespeople and marketer are one and the same. The modern day salesperson needs to understand marketing. And then the modern day marketer needs to understand sales. We're no longer separated, where it's more integrated than ever. And I would certainly agree. I'll share with you this one last thing. We're talking about Gary Vee and marketing and social media. I'll share with you a story. About 2 years ago, I was selling procurement. I was doing, pretty well at the company I was working for. One of those things where you could think you're a big fish in a small pond, right? And I thought I was, doing fairly well. And one day I checked my phone just to check, how much usage I was using with different apps and stuff. I'm a little bit embarrassed to say that I was spending 5 hours a day between Instagram and WhatsApp. So the point of me saying this is, one, I've since cut that out. I mean, not 100%, but severely limited it, my usage, and that's definitely increased my productivity, my focus. There's another book related to that called Deep Work, but which kind of tells you to cut out your notifications on your phone. But the point of me saying this is to, in our day and age where there's so much social media, so much noise around there, it's important for us to use these tools and not let these tools use us, if that makes sense. We should start leveraging these tools for our own businesses, our own jobs and whatnot, and not just let these apps use us. Okay. Hope you guys got value out of this video. And if you guys pick up any of these books and read them, drop me a line. I want to hear what you guys think. Okay. All right, guys. Take care. Cheers.